Brexit back in focus in the UK. The Prime Minister Theresa May is facing a challenge from activists in her Conservative Party who oppose her handling of the issue. Grassroots Tories will vote on her future at an emergency meeting of the National Convention. Meanwhile, the Labour Party faces Brexit divisions of its own. While some lawmakers are calling for a pledge to support a second referendum, but Jeremy Corbyn is hoping to keep that as an option rather than a commitment. Well, still with us, Rupert Harrison from BlackRock. He was also former Chief of Staff of George Osborne, so he knows a thing or two about politics and how markets view politics. Where are we, Rupert? It's kind of, we had the extension until October 31st, and it's not really talked about. So there's things going on, inside.
Yes.
But is Theresa May going to be toppled, or is she going to find an agreement with Labour?
That is now the main issue. I think that the kind of underlying Brexit process has been put on hold with that pushback of the deadline, and I think that the things that happened are things that we need to bear in mind. First of all, Parliament did assert itself. There is a big majority in Parliament against no deal, and when push comes to shove, the European side probably will agree to another extension. So those are probably still the central cases. But all the action now is within the Conservative Party, and I think it's about the manoeuvring for when is Theresa May going to go and who is going to succeed her. I think this current push today is unlikely to be able to get rid of her. The only people who can really decide to get rid of Theresa May are the 1922 Executive Committee. This is the kind of governing backbench committee of the party. They rejected a proposal to change the rules so that she could be challenged again. But if the results of the local elections and the European elections are really terrible, it's possible that they will revisit that, and then we could be into a leadership election over the summer.
Okay, so this would be before Brexit is done. So first of all, who's a likely contender? And does it make a difference if she's ousted after the signing of the withdrawal bill or before?
I think it's absolutely crucial. I mean, all the signs are that we're going to have a leadership election before Brexit has happened and before the deal has passed. And that means that the leadership election is all about Brexit. And that because of the makeup of the party membership and the parliamentary party, that definitely favours a pro-Brexit candidate. I think you have to say that Boris Johnson is the favourite at this stage, but there are other pro-Brexit candidates like Dominic Raab. And I think if we do get a transition to one of those two or someone similar as Prime Minister, then I think the main thing that happens is election risk rises, because you're going to have a Prime Minister who could potentially set no deal as official government policy. Right. That will run straight into conflict with Parliament and potentially trigger an impasse where an election becomes the only way forward.